What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with a major story. So it looked like we got some ground shaking, some movement coming out the WNBA pipeline. A reporter has pretty much let us know when to expect WNBA free agency. Now, one of the biggest talking points for this offseason has been, where is so-and-so players going to go? We can't even have free agency without having a CBA deal done. Now, Annie Constable of Front Office Sports just released a groundbreaking articles, guys. We're going up to New York for this one, and we're already here. So, with that being said,
the WNBA season just descended into complete turmoil, shocking the whole league and seriously jeopardizing Caitlin Clark's eagerly awaited debut. According to sources, a groundbreaking piece has confirmed that free agency will now take place in early March. A tight hind line that might cause the entire schedule to fall apart. This goes beyond player movement. In order to avoid losing everything, a new collective bargaining agreement must be finalized by early February. Fans and players alike are wondering what will happen next as the league faces a schedule so full that it may postpone the start of the season. For the league's upcoming superstar, the stakes are extremely high.
An additional 30-plus days to do free agency, right? Now, this article is coming out right here, man. And it stated, WNBA could be weeks away from delaying the season. So, we know them schedules came out, dog. Them schedules came out yesterday. Everybody got their schedules. Now, my personal opinion, I still don't believe it's going to be a lockout. I just wholeheartedly do not believe that. I believe that they're deal done, but I could be wrong. See, I'm afraid to admit, hey, y'all, I could be wrong.
The existing deal's extension has already expired without a resolution, and this shocking announcement is the result of continuing, contentious discussions for a new CBA. More than a month ago, the Players' Union made a proposal that called for a staggering $10 million pay ceiling and a drastic 30% of the league's gross earnings. This isn't casual conversation. The need for significant reform has the potential to completely alter player compensation in the WNBA's financial environment. However, as of Friday, the league has yet to reply, creating a crucial void that raises doubts about every facet of the forthcoming season.
I tell you, if free agency started in March, the season is not going to start May 8th. So that right there tells me ain't no ifs, ands, ain't no buts. The season ain't going to start in May. Because we still got to do free agency. Then we also got to remember there's a thing called training camp. Every team got to have training camp, bro, to prepare for the season. That's weight room. That's running the offense, defense.
The proposed financial revamp goes well beyond the cap. Union proposals include a minimum wage of $66,000 and a supermax contract that soars to $249,000. Even though these numbers have already been revealed, they become even more urgent as the deadline for a signed CBA approaches in early February. No player can formally join with a new team for the whole free agency period if this fundamental agreement isn't reached. Every franchise's capacity to assemble their squad is directly impacted by this crippling impasse, which casts a long shadow over the future homes of elite players like Caitlin Clark.
In 26 season. Now, as of Friday, right, the Players' Union was still waiting on a response from the league to propose to the proposal that they sent over a month ago. Now, multiple sources told Front Office Sport that the proposal the union is seeking a 30% share of the league gross revenue and a salary cap around $10 million, man. Everybody keep reporting. We already know this part, bro. Like, all they doing is copying and pasting the same articles, bro, every couple of days, man. Now, the Supermax will go up to $249. The minimum was $66,000. That's all. It's all the same.
If a CBA isn't signed by the beginning of February, just think of the consequences. Usually taking place in January, free agency won't even start until early March. Due to the shortened timetable, teams only have 1 month to complete their rosters, negotiate difficult player deals, and make important acquisitions. Every front office is under tremendous strain because of this unprecedented congestion. Managers are now in a desperate battle against time since the typical schedule for building a competitive squad has completely collapsed. The greatest names in the league are waiting to find out their fate.
31 CBA deadline on January 9th, with no deal reached to no agreement to a third negotiation or third extension. Man, where the part at about free agency, bro? Because I'm tired of reading all the same stuff. All these articles be all the same stuff. Now, what's that? The union is proposing eliminating the destination, but the league has been unresponsive to the suggestion. Multiple sources believe the best case scenario for free agency will be early March. And if that ink dries, the new CBA.
It's not the only headache, though. In the middle of this short timescale, the WNBA draft, which is set for April 13th, is a major source of instability. Teams will be rushing to sign older players while also getting ready to assess and choose collegiate stars if free agency doesn't start until March. Front offices are put in an impossible situation by this simultaneous pressure, which puts them under tremendous pressure to make important decisions. There's very little room for error, and a hurried approach could have disastrous effects on team dynamics and long-term success.
Squeeze in the expansion draft, squeeze in a lottery, and everybody's going to report back to training camp by April the 19th. That is the plan. That is the plan as of right now, if this deal gets signed by the beginning of February. Now, however, in the middle of free agency, front office will also be preparing for the 2026 WNBA draft, currently scheduled for when April 13th. So not only do they got to do the training camp plus free agency, they also got to get ready for these college young ladies coming out. Do I believe they got it?
Squeeze in an expansion draft, a lottery, or free agency, and everyone will return to training camp by April 19th. That's the strategy. Right now, that is the plan, if this agreement is finalized by the start of February. However, the front office will now be getting ready for the 2026 WNBA draft in the midst of free agency. As of right now, a victory is anticipated on April 13th. Thus, in addition to participating in the training camp and free agency, they also had to prepare for these young women who would be attending college. Do I think they had enough time?
Done. I don't think it's enough time on the clock. I ain't lying. Now, do I believe it's going to be a lockout? No, I don't believe it's going to be a lockout. But I also don't believe it's enough time on the clock for them to make that May 8th starting date. I think the season could be delayed 2 to 3 weeks if they sign by the beginning of February. I'm thinking 2 to 3 weeks delay, because you don't never want to do anything in a rush. You know, because when you rushing stuff,
the league must also hold an expansion draft, which typically calls for extensive preparation and player analysis, adding still another level complication. It will be an extraordinary logistical challenge to fit this important event into an already packed March. Every new squad must start from scratch when building its roster. Additionally, their strategic choices become much more risky in the absence of a clear picture of free agency. Teams may have imbalanced or incomplete rosters going into training camp as a result of this fast-paced series of events, the college draft and the free agency expansion draft.
Could be leading us to a disastrous start of the season, people not knowing where they're supposed to be, some of your favorite teams going to end up losing, the chemistry's not there, everybody's forgetting all of that. You got new players waiting to get acquainted with their current players within 3 weeks. Then you got training camp. Then you got the draft. Then you got more new players coming in. I don't know. But the article goes on to say both sides have emphasized a commitment to the league's 30th season being played. Sources who familiar with
the league is aiming to kick off the 2024 season on May 8th. But with the current delays, that date looks increasingly unrealistic. The timeline is tight. If free agency opens in March, followed by an expansion draft, college draft, and training camp all crammed into April, it becomes nearly impossible to start in May. Teams need adequate time to prepare, and experts are already warning of a potential delay of 2 to 3 weeks, likely pushing the start date into late May or even June. This isn't just a minor setback. Such a delay could disrupt broadcast schedules, affect player conditioning, and throw off the entire WNBA calendar. A rushed launch might lead to a rocky start, with teams struggling due to lack of preparation and chemistry. It's essential for players to have sufficient time to acclimate, build relationships, and learn intricate systems. For a rising star like Caitlin Clark, starting her professional journey in such a tumultuous environment could pose a significant challenge and limit her immediate impact. Despite the pressing deadlines and logistical hurdles, both the Players Union and the league are publicly committed to ensuring the 2024 season happens. Owners have reiterated their disinterest in a lockout, eager to take advantage of the league's growing popularity. Similarly, while the union did authorize a strike back in December, they've made it clear that this was more about being cautious rather than showing intent to take action. This shared commitment does spark some hope for reaching an agreement, yet the complexity of the negotiations still poses a risk to a smooth resolution. Even with this commitment, the concerns about the timeline remain. The union has also suggested removing the destination clause, which gives teams control over where players can be traded. This proposed change complicates the already thick discussions around the collective bargaining agreement, but it could also empower players with more control over their careers. Such a shift in player mobility could significantly impact team dynamics and player satisfaction, making these negotiations even more intricate and lengthy. Amid all this uncertainty, there's a growing buzz surrounding Caitlin Clark's potential future team. While no official announcement has been made, the league's scheduling hints suggest a strong possibility of certain teams being primed for spotlight exposure with ties to high-profile rookies. The subtle clues in leaked schedules are already suggesting a narrative about where the WNBA's next big star might land, even before the draft itself takes place, specifically leaked schedule. The latest buzz all points to the Indiana Fever. Sources close to the situation inform us that no team faces more back-to-back games than the Fever. This intense scheduling is clearly aimed at boosting viewership and engaging fans, indicating the league is gearing up for a standout player to join Indiana. Why else would a team endure such a rigorous early-season lineup unless they're expected to draw in big crowds? The pieces are coming together, creating an intriguing narrative for Clark's future. The Fever's challenging schedule, especially with those tough back-to-back matchups, suggests they're being positioned as a key attraction from the start. This isn't just chance, it's a strategic move by the league to highlight a team anticipated to showcase one of the most thrilling rookies in WNBA history. The excitement surrounding Clark's professional debut is palpable, and placing her with a team that has an immediate national spotlight makes perfect sense for the league's marketing strategy. Adding weight to this theory, both the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty, two of the league's most renowned teams, are also slated for extensive road trips at the beginning of the season. This approach aims to bring the WNBA's biggest stars to a wider audience early on, tapping into an unprecedented level of fan interest. While those teams already feature established talent, the combination of their extensive travel schedules with the Fever's grueling back-to-backs creates a clear picture. The league is orchestrating a significant showcase for its most marketable players, including its future star. The season kicks off with an exciting back-to-back showdown, starting with the Los Angeles Sparks on May 10th. This early spotlight matchup emphasizes the league's ambition to deliver thrilling basketball right out of the gate, even amid ongoing CBA discussions. Each aspect of the early schedule, intensive road trips for key teams and demanding back-to-backs for the Fever, seems carefully planned to maximize fan engagement around particular franchises and, by extension, the star players they're expected to feature. While the final details of the CBA are still being settled and the official draft order remains under wraps, the WNBA's strategic scheduling offers significant, albeit indirect, hints about Caitlin Clark's likely destination. The sheer volume of games scheduled suggests something big is on the horizon for her and the Fever. Demanding back-to-backs given to the Indiana Fever is on the brink of an exciting transformation, poised to attract a wave of talent and fan enthusiasm. It feels as if we're on the verge of a pre-draft reveal, hinting that Caitlin Clark is set to don the Fever's colors and bring a spark to Indianapolis. The urgency to wrap up the collective bargaining agreement, CBA, by early February is crucial. If that deadline slips by without a consensus, it could throw the entire league's operations, free agency, draft, training camp, and the season itself into turmoil. Any further delays might jeopardize the start of the 2024 season, affecting player morale and dampening fan excitement. With every day that passes without an agreement, both parties feel an escalating pressure to reach a compromise before everything stalls. The stakes are high, and the future of the WNBA is on the line. Despite both sides expressing a commitment to avoid a lockout, the risk of a hasty and chaotic season beginning is a serious concern. Such a rushed start could result in disorganized play, weak team chemistry, and an unwelcoming atmosphere for newcomers, making it imperative for the league to focus on a smooth and well-organized launch to harness the incredible momentum it has built. While we're still waiting for official word, the WNBA may have inadvertently tipped his hand. The flurry of free agency, the intense CBA talks, and particularly the intriguing developments surrounding the Indiana Fever all point to one clear fact: Caitlin Clark is destined to be the cornerstone of this franchise. Although current challenges may push back her official debut, they won't overshadow her promising future. The groundwork is being laid for a new chapter in Indianapolis, even if it unfolds a bit later than anticipated.